Alright, y'all. So, today is Saturday. I'll be very busy, so I'm going to do one long live right now. And I'm going to go wash my face and go to sleep. But I'll have some videos that I am going to upload from TikTok that I have set for tomorrow. So that way you guys still have your readings. And then I'm going to take Sunday off completely, and then I'll be back Monday. We'll continue our little routine. So far, so good. Yeah. All right, Holy Spirit, Angel Guides, what do we have? What's the energy? Man, we just had a beautiful reading on Divine Union. It's crazy because I feel like because it's union coming up. It's so much energy in the collective, right? It's so much energy. We got karmic energy. We got people tripping. We got egos triggered. But we also have, it's because the union is happening. It's like whenever something good is coming together, it's like the negativity is just triggered. So it's not, I don't know, it's like it's just co-in-sync with each other. Anyways, hi Iki. This is late or it's early. What do we have? Because I just did some videos that's gonna drop later, so I was like, I might as well just go live and let this one, whoever misses it, they'll see it in the morning. Ooh, we have deceit, we have air, we have labor, we have reflect. What is this about? This could be for an air sign. This can be about an air sign. Air is also thoughts. We have fire at the top. Okay. Well, it's good energy. Someone's balancing out their toxicity. So this could be an air sign who is contemplating on their toxic behavior, right? How they've been deceptive. This could be self-deception as well. And they are working hard on it. They're reflecting. They're also reflecting on, like, they're also looking at what's around them. This could be people that are deceptive around them as well. They're reflecting on it because it's like they want to be this green leaf. They want to be fresh. They want something new, but they have to let go, right? And then it's like this leaves have cycles, like stages that they go through. We both air, so I hope. It's like they want a fresh new start, right? But it's like they have to let go. It could be some people that are attached to them that are karmic, or it could be that they've just looked at their own toxicity that they're trying to let go. We have transformation, we have gift, and we have balance. So they are coming into balance with themselves and they're transforming. This could also lead to ceremony, right? But so far it's just really focused on someone doing this inner work. XX, are you projecting? Because I don't know who you're talking to or what you're talking about. We have illuminate, because if that's what you're doing, you're going to get blocked. Fears. What else? Yeah, they're really doing some inner work because they want to be happy. So they're looking at their fears. Their fears are being shown to them. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Theli. Their fears are being shown to them. It's being illuminated. And they're looking at the bigger picture of things, right? So they have a vision. But what's most important is that they want to be happy. So they're looking at what they need to release. This is good energy. This is good energy. I like this energy. All right, tell me more about this energy, Holy Spirit, angel guides. Thank you, Yuki. If at any time these readings resonate with you guys, please be sure to hit that like button. I appreciate it. Please and thank you. Tell me more about this air energy. We have Seven of Swords. Why Seven of Swords there? Literally, the energy is coming out again. We just had this. You guys will see it tomorrow because I'll upload it. And it's going to be on the video section. And you'll be like, oh, that's the reading she was talking about. So we're starting off with the Seven of Swords. There's a secret. Something's hidden, right? But someone's also been wearing a mask. But it's like they're inside of this booth. Inside of this booth, it's like it's personal in this booth. So it feels like this is where this person kind of shows who they really are. It's like they wear this mask to the outside world and they have these swords here. So it's like when they're outside, they're fighting battles. They're like headstrong, but I don't think that's the right word I'm trying to say. I'm trying to explain how it's like they're working, right? So they're protective of themselves. The way they show up outside isn't how they are. It's like it's a mask. So they show their corporate self in a sense. I still don't know if I'm saying the right word, but it's like we all can wear a mask to an extent, right? Until people really get to know us. So it's like, even for me, it's like when I'm showing up, I'm focused on doing tarot. So tarot is the focus. It's not my personal life, not me coming on here ranting about my own personal business. It's talking about tarot. So it's not that I'm like wearing a mask, but I am, because it's like I'm being professional. I'm showing up a certain way, in the way that I want to be seen, right? So there's certain boundaries that I'm gonna have too, because even when I'm operating and I'm doing my personals and my business, I'm very professional about it, because it is still a business. So it's a certain demeanor. That's how this masculine is when he goes out. It's like he puts up this mask, right? But sometimes we could even wear a facade to protect ourselves. So, but he's different. So in this booth, he feels safe. He can put his guard down, and he's on the phone and he's smiling. So whoever he's talking to, it's someone that he feels connected to. He feels he can let his guard down. He feels good in their energy. We got the Six of Wands. So I feel like he's going to give someone his energy, show them his real self. He's going to give a feminine his attention, and he wants her attention, right? Like, that makes him happy. But I don't think that he gives this to everyone. I think that he doesn't show everyone who he really is. So it's special. Yeah, like a front, but it's not really a front. It's just like it's like a facade. But I guess in terms it's the same thing, right? But it's not necessarily connected to it being negative. It's just like an image. He has an image, but he's different from that image. Like, that image is a part of him, but it's not who he really is. Because it's like sometimes people fall in love with our image, right? Like, okay, like an example of that is like artists, Beyonce, Drake. We know Drake because Drake don't talk the way he raps, right? That's an image. It's his career, it's entertainment. But some people expect like artists and things like that to be that way all the time, when it's really just an image. It's for work. it's what brings in the money. That's why a lot of women are half naked, because that's the image that they have to uphold, but it's not all of who they are. So it's like that energy, right? So we all have an image in a way. We create our image. You dealing with an air? Good night, Chi. She said that. Facade. My bad. But it's okay. Then we got the Page of Swords, and then we got the King of Cups. So I take this Page of Swords like a secret, you know, because it's watching, it's learning. It could be spying, but it's not necessarily focused on spying. It's like, I feel like he has his eye on her, but it's more so the energy I'm getting off of this is like, he could have told someone, like a trusted friend, what his plan is. He's learned some information. That's why he's happy. There's some information that he has now where it's like, I can be this King of Cups with that feminine. I'm going to show her the real me. I'm going to... it's like his emotions are awakened. He doesn't seem scared. Because remember, this is what he was working through, is like facing his fears. We got the Queen of Wands. I think he feels lucky. He's excited because he feels like she's so attractive. He likes everything about her. So this feels like a gift to him. It's like to have her attention makes him happy. We have Judgment and we have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. He's sure about her. He's not confused. There's no third party. He's not juggling. He's prioritizing her. But he's had a realization, like, look, we got the Rebirth and we got Tower. He's had a sudden realization at some point that this is what he wants. He doesn't want anything else. He feels like she's the one, she's a gift, and he could reveal himself to her. She's a safe space. So just like how he's in that booth and he feels safe in there, it's like he doesn't have to uphold the image with her. It's like, you know, when it's the idea of someone loving you for who you are. Like, they don't want you for what you have. They don't want you for who they think you're gonna be in the future. It's like they want you as you are. So I feel like that's the excitement that he's feeling, like this feminine, this beautiful, attractive, alluring feminine wants me. She wants to give me her attention. Like, he feels lucky. And he feels like she's the best option out of all his choices that he's ever had. Like, he's not thinking about somebody else. He doesn't want anybody else. We got Two of Cups. He knows that this is his person. Even if they have differences, they go together, right? That's how he sees it. Like, they are different in some ways, but it's like a complement to each other where they can work well. If I fed the baby Black, yes. She over there eating right now. She was trying to go to sleep, and then I started petting her. Because, you know, me and Black, we fight. Black, she likes to bother me when I want to be alone. So when she wants to be alone, I bother her. We have Six of Swords. What are they moving on from? Oh, they're moving towards the Lovers. They're moving towards her. But see, we keep seeing this where it's like there's a lot of excitement, joy, but he feels like she's home. He's really, really happy to be moving towards this feminine. I think that in his absence, he's been strategizing. He's been using his willpower to balance out his home life. So he's been creating a space to invite her in, right? So it's like at some point, as he was working through his toxicity, he's gathered more information. That's what I'm getting from the Page of Swords. It's like he's probably talked with a friend to get advice, or is going to, but someone that like he knows has wisdom. This is not just going to be one of his peers that are toxic. This is someone, like I said, a trusted friend. Or it could be an advisor, but it just feels like someone who would give him good advice. And I feel like everything is aligning, like everything was aligning for him. He's discovered his toxic behaviors. He's been working on that, healing that. He's been transforming, but he's also been getting advice. It's like this masculine, he's stepping up, right? It's like from boy to man. That's all I could think about. It's like from boy to man. I just put gel. It's hard. You see it? It's crunchy. I just put gel. Hi, Keely. Thank you, Sarah. I think that's how you say your name. But yeah, it's like all I could think about is like from boys to men, right? But I feel like this masculine wants to be a strong masculine, but he really wants love. He wants emotional love. He doesn't just want to be the masculine that provides for a feminine, but he wants a partner, someone that is happy when he comes home, someone that's supportive of him, someone that's there for him, someone that sees him and accept him as he is. But I do feel like he's someone who works hard. He's someone who has the ability to lead. And this could have been something that he might have had to work through when he was going through the toxic stage, toxic cycles, was his fear of having to take care and lead, right? And I feel like he's always had it because he has a lot of willpower. So this feels like a masculine who he might have doubted himself because of, like, you know, if you're smart and you know what you want and you know how to, like, you could be a good partner, but if you're with the wrong person, they can make you feel like you're not enough, right? So it's like if a masculine is dealing with a feminine who's combative and she's always challenging him and nagging, and you get me, that's not divine feminine energy. Like, if you are going to be in a partnership, you have to submit to each other. So it's up to us to choose our partnerships. If we're going to be with someone, we have to have that respect for them. So it's like if he would have gone with a feminine who didn't really respect him, but she challenged him, it would have put some doubt in him that he doesn't have the ability to lead. But it's not that he doesn't have it. It's that he was with the wrong person who didn't respect what he had to offer or value him. Because the right feminine would trust his guidance, his leadership, right? So it's like that. It's like he's gaining his confidence back because this feminine feels like, to him, this feminine feels like she sees him. She would give her love to him, her trust to him, her submission to him, not because he's looking for someone to control, but because he's trusted, he's respected, for the masculine that he is, right? Like she sees him. And I feel like that's what every masculine wants. He wants to know that he's appreciated for protecting and taking care of his family. Sorry, something went in my eye. And taking care of his family, right? Because it's like it's his job to make sure that they're safe, that they're protected, that things go right. So if he's having to worry, if he's feeling like he's not, like if she's taking over and she's behaving like the man, then it's like that's a challenging relationship. But he doesn't feel like it's challenging with this feminine. And remember, he feels like she's a gift because he's just attracted to her in all ways. He loves who she is. He loves how she looks. He loves her body. He loves the way she speaks to him. He feels like she's the female version of him. She's a reflection of him, right? Just the softer energy. We have the Emperor. So this is where he's come to. Yeah, look. He's becoming this Emperor. He is going to become that Emperor. And this is the turning point. Like, he's not just physically attracted to her and sexually attracted to her. It's at the heart space. His heart is connected to her. He feels his inner child come alive when he's around her. So she just makes him extremely happy. And I think he admires her as well because she is independent. You need curly styles. Yeah, I like having my hair short right now. I said when I get pregnant, I'm gonna grow it all out. Like, I haven't really grown my hair out in a long time, but once I get pregnant, I'm gonna grow it out with my baby. I might still dye it though. I don't think I could go completely black, like not for a while. Because I always love my hair color change. But I've gone bald. I've gone real low. I've gone pixie. But right now I like this. It's this fly keep bothering me, and I feel like it just sat somewhere in my hair. What else, Holy Spirit, Angel Guide? Yeah, I still want more. I want at least 2. If I could have 2 boys, I would be happy. I would be happy because I have 4 girls. So I've always wanted a son. Even if I have 1 son, but I would like 2 so they would have each other. We have the High Priestess. Why is the High Priestess here? I don't think I shuffled this good. Because I saw those cards earlier. Why is the High Priestess here? She might feel something coming towards her. Like, she might feel a surge of excitement. It might not be in this moment. It can be in the future. But I think she'll be able to feel when this masculine is coming towards her. Wow, you have 4 sisters. Yes, I want more, Keely. So you guys gonna have a coffee with she and Tarot baby. I don't think I would tell anyone though. Just out of protection. It's too much evil eye. I think that I would say it after the fact. But maybe I would be able to tell in the way I look, right? Because sometimes you could tell when people pregnant. But when I'm pregnant, it doesn't really show. Maybe in my face. But I go up and down in weight anyways. But me, I'm the type of pregnant that, like, if I turn around, you don't see no belly. So if I turn around, you wouldn't know I'm pregnant. You always hide your pregnancy. I think it's safer that way. What else? We have Ace of Swords. We have Knight of Swords. Okay, so she's coming to a truth. This is her energy now. With the Ace of Swords, she's gaining clarity. And then the Knight of Swords, that's going to help her take action. What is this clarity and action? So she's having to be honest with herself, or she's had to be honest with herself. Maybe about this connection, how she felt. But this clarity is coming in. Okay, we have Three of Pentacles about partnerships. Five of Swords, Strength, Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. I think she's been having to learn about what kind of person she actually really wants in her life. She wants someone who's going to fight for her. She wants someone who is going to work with her, right? So maybe if at one point she was waiting for someone to change, she was waiting for someone to grow, it's like her perspective changed to wanting something different, where it's like she wants someone that's going to fight for her, but she also wants someone who is just as determined as her. You see this girl wearing this necklace, she's in first place. I feel like she works very hard, right? Like when she's honest with herself, she's like, I'm very strong, I'm very powerful, I work very hard. And because look, this is her as the Queen of Pentacles. Look at all those coins that she has back there. That's her success. So she wants a masculine who's just as successful as her, because it's like she's determined, she's strong-willed. It's more of an equal thing. It's about the lifestyle, right? Because if you are with someone who's not as ambitious as you, that's going to create competition and ego. I was there. That's why my marriage ended, because I always felt like I had to be less of myself. So, and I wasn't supported in the things that I was good at, right? So it's not equal. The whole, because I was there and I believed in it too, like, oh, you can just love someone and everything will work. Everything has to match. You can't fall in love with, so you can't give your heart to someone who's not at the same equal vibration and what is the word? Like what you strive for, that person have to have that same kind of drive for something that they're building for themselves. So it's like if you're a business owner, you have to kind of get with a business owner as well, right? Because it's like, it's just going to be unequally yoked. That's what that term means in Christianity about being unequally yoked. It does create issues and problems. So that's what changed for her. It's like, who am I kidding? Everybody that I try to love because of who they are only. So it's like she has the love and the practicality of like, and that's the balance. It's like, I want someone that I can emotionally connect to, love, but I also want someone who is successful. That's the word I was looking for. You want someone who's equally successful as you, whatever level that is on. We all have our different definition of that. So it's not a one thing where it's like you have to be this level of success only to be with an empress or an emperor. It's what your definition of success is. You have to match that with that person. So if you're a go-getter, you're working all the time, we're not even working all the time, but you have a lot that you run and do, and you can manage that, you have to find a partner that is the same way. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because it's like your lifestyle will be filled with all these responsibilities, and then if they become like a responsibility, they're not supposed to become another responsibility. They're supposed to be an addition to what you've already built for both partners. It's not just the feminine. It's the same thing for the masculine. So even when a masculine is picking a feminine, that's his self-worth. It's like he has to be able to lead that feminine. So if he wants a feminine that is doing more than him, that's not going to work. He's going to feel less than her. He's going to have to get to her level or outdo her. You get me? In order to gain her respect and her love. So that's where she came to. She's like, when I'm honest with myself, everyone that I've dated in the past, I've always been above them, and they've always tried to bring me down. I have to also consider where that person's success is. So she feels that this masculine, he's successful in her eyes. She has respect for him. She had admiration for him. She trusts him to lead her in whatever they will build together. So this is why that masculine is really happy, because he already sees her. They both see each other as powerful, right? They both admire one another. So he feels good that she sees him as this emperor. So it's like now he's completing that. He's coming to that completion of, I'm ready for this new beginning because I know this feminine is for me and I'm for her. Like, we're a team. Page of Wands, strength. So they both had, it's like they both had to simultaneously come to this conclusion on their own, though, through separation, over time, and not want nobody else or lean into the connection. So it's like they both end up coming to a point that they feel the same way. They both want this. They both, and it's like they feel like their bodies are attracted to each other as well. So both of them only want each other physically, right? I mean, to me, that's what love is. You're supposed to want your partner in all ways. It don't matter how many people you've been with. It don't matter how much you experience. When you have that bond with your person, it's just you and them. We have Page of Pentacles. We have Justice. We have Page of Cups. It's like, it's almost there, but it's not there yet. But it's like this masculine is, he's been saving. He's been working hard. You see like the little kid at the lemonade stand? He's writing down what he sold, what else he needs to sell to complete or to sell all the lemonade. Then he'll be done, right? So he out there hustling. He out there getting it. He got his money right there where he's about to save. So he's in the mode right now where he's just like, I'm preparing. I got this to do. I got that to do. Oh, these flies and stuff. Where y'all coming from? He's getting his life in order, balanced out. He might be paying off some debt, but he's doing it as quick as he can. But he's doing it very smart, very strategic. So he's doing things step by step. So I feel like if he has debt to pay off, he has a certain amount where he already knows this is how much, this is what I need to do, and this is about the amount of time it's going to take for me to get this done. So I'm going to get this done, check this off, then I will be able to have this saved, and da-da-da. Like, he already has some stability, but he's preparing, he's making room for what he's inviting in, right? Which is he's inviting her in. And then we have the Page of Cups. It's like he's already falling in love, or he's already fallen in love. Yeah, inadequate, inferior, insecure. Yep, all of those words. You can't stop seeing her B-Day numbers. That's crazy. That's how I was with my twin flame. I would see my twin flame birthday numbers. My counterpart, I see his name. And whenever I see his name, I feel like, I don't know if I see his name because I'm feeling his energy, or I'm seeing his name because of communication. But something always happens after I see his name. It always. It always. Why it looks so bright? Because of my light. I have on you see that? It's moving. I have a studio light, I guess. All right, what else? We have 4 of Wands. This is celebration. 5 of Cups. Why is the 5 of Cups there for the 4 of Wands? The Star. Oh, he's hoping that... I feel like he's hoping that everything works out. That she'll say yes. Because remember, this is taking some time. So even though he's sure about her, even though he's doing all of this, even though he sees her, he knows who she is to him, his concern is time. I'm gathering this, I'm doing all of this, but when I'm ready, is she going to still be there, right? Queen of Cups, Empress, that's who she is to him. He wants her love. He knows that she's soft, she's warm, she's loving. I think while he's building this, I'm so itchy, y'all. While he's building this, he's wondering, it's like he's also feeling lonely. Like he wants to be with her, but there's that separation where he knows that he can't be with her until he's ready to make this offer. Yep, King of Wands, the Hierophant. So even though he misses her, he has to be focused on what he's doing. You tripping? You high, Jay? I think she don't expect me to wait, but I can see that based off her repost. You over there stalking, Yiki? Future base, for sure. It's gonna work itself out. We have the Hierophant, the King of Wands. He's just hoping that she'll say yes. And he plans on coming in as a King of Wands, but he's willing to fight for her. And I feel like he knows that a lot of people want her as well. You know, in the past they had conflict. And it's like he wants to apologize for that as well. He just want to do things right. Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords, Ace of Swords, Two of Swords. It's crazy because it's like... I think he's worked through this energy, but he went through a period where he felt just really tired, ran down. Like, the idea of this love was keeping him alive, but it's a lot that he has to do or had to do to get ready for this connection. So it was very stressful. And then I feel like he felt some sort of shame or sadness about how the decisions that he was making, because he was really trying to handle his responsibilities. He was trying to handle everything so that they wouldn't struggle. This is what he's trying to create. Long-term stability. And that's him. You see how he's smiling? It's like there's the grandparents, his wife. So this is probably mom and dad. That's his wife. children. He's smiling because he feels like he's done well, right? Because it's like when you think about your parents getting older, old age, you think about the responsibility of them coming to live with you. This is how this masculine is thinking. He's thinking of everything that he has to do to create stability for the future. So he had so much to do to make room for that. And because that was his focus, I think he made mistakes with the feminine in the choices that he made, right? But now, I don't think he feels like that anymore. I think he recognizes why there was hurt or confusion, because she didn't know what he was doing. She didn't know what all he was facing. His actions looked different to her. But remember, she had to figure out herself as well, what she really wanted. And she had to focus on what she was building for her. So regardless of what happened, I still think that they both end up coming to the same conclusion. 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 8 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 9, 4, 3 of Wands. She's always been his focus, though. He's always desired her. He's always paid attention to her. He's always wanted her. So he's known for a very long time he wanted her. He also was walking away from these friendship groups, like these party friends, party lifestyle. That's what he was dealing with. He's like, I'm not bringing any of this into her life. When I come into her life, I want to have everything together. I want us to just be able to focus on us. That's what he was creating. So she probably didn't hear from him, right? Because she had to be independent on her own. Remember, she's that Queen of Pentacles. So she most likely has a business or something. She doesn't have to, but she works really hard. But I feel like she was focused on that. Maybe on the outside, she looked good. She looked happy. But she could have felt sad waiting for a message from them. It's like they both miss each other. Where's that other card? Because we had him feeling that way too. Right? Where he's like at the bar. There we go. See, look. That's her. And that's him. They both felt like this. It's like they both were carrying heavy loads. Whatever she was dealing with, becoming successful, that was a very hard load for her to carry. It's the same thing, what he's clearing out in his life. So they both were challenged with their own responsibilities. But I feel like when they would have a down moment, they would just think about each other and the connection. And for her, it's like, dang, I'm not hearing from them. And for him, it's like, I hope she's there when I get back. You get me? And maybe she unexpectedly gets a message. But there was another reading that, you know, where she could have put up a boundary when they sent the message. So that could have created further conclusion. But in the beginning of the story, we don't have any confusion. I think this is a reflection of the past. For some of you guys, it could be happening now or it will happen in the future. But in this storyline, in the beginning, he's very excited. He's very sure. He knows that she wants him. He just has to finish out what he's doing and he's coming. But I think that this was what was going on in the background before it came to that point. Neither of them knew if this connection really had an opportunity. But they both realized that, like, maybe it's been miscommunication. Maybe they needed to think about what the other person was going through or how they were perceiving things. Because I feel like they both reflected and they both grew in their mindset. And it's like they both got struck with their emotions. Like they both had to go in deep, 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 deep within. But remember, they have a spiritual connection. So I'm not surprised that they've come to the realization at the same time. It feels like to me, the way counterparts work, when you know you've met the one, sometimes you don't know until it keeps coming back to you. But it's not just telepathy. It's like you'll have dreams about that person showing you what they're actually going through in the present moment. And you don't know how you don't know if the dream is true, but then you'll get signs, you'll get synchronicities. There's signs and synchronicities around the connection that shows you who they are to you. So it's like you can try to deny it, but over time it's gonna get louder and louder and louder. And I feel like that's what was happening to both of them. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm itching. Like, I think it's time to take off this makeup. They were getting a bunch of signs around them that just was like, I can't get away from this person. I don't know why I feel like this is it, but then it's like everything started coming up in a way where it made sense to why that person is for them. You get me? So it's like they both just came to this clarity that they were still growing into themselves when they met. And maybe their expectations was unrealistic. Because sometimes we can have expectation on how we think something's going to go or how we think it should go on both ends, right? For him, he's like, I'm trying to clear out all this stuff and plan, but then not realizing him not giving her attention, him not communicating might be hurting her feelings and pushing her away. So even though he's building something for them, there's no communication on that. You get me? So it's confusion. It's like he had to come to that realization. And then she also had to come to a point of realizing, like, well, I still didn't know what kind of masculine I wanted. Maybe she was expecting this masculine to operate the way the past masculines operated, right? Because there was a time she was willing to deal with an energy that didn't match her energy. And if this masculine knew when he met her, he was not a match to her energy, he was working on that in silence. And instead of her thinking from that perspective of, maybe they don't want to play with me, maybe they're being intentional, maybe they are still growing, they don't want to put their responsibilities on me. She didn't think like that. She just got frustrated that they weren't approaching her, dating her, da-da-da-da-da. So that's where the confusion was. But it's like they both cared. They both wanted each other. They both felt the same thing. But they needed to get that clarity. So I was very offended. Don't be offended, Iki. But it's like now it's like they both want the same thing. We got the Magician, 9 of Wands, 8 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. You know, it feels like their relationship was hard too, because they're both hard workers. So it's like, how do I explain that? Like everything that's in here, like I always tell y'all, it reflect out, right? So if you work hard, you're a workaholic. It's like your connection can be hard and difficult because of that too, because of things that you need to learn in that, the balance in that. But I feel like they both had some negative patterns they needed to release. Because it's like when you're so focused on work, you can ignore everything else around you. And I think that's something that they both shared, right? Like, they both hurt each other. And it's not because they don't have the ability to see it through the other person's lens. It's just that where their focus was. Let me see. The Hangman, Two of Wands. Yeah, it's like their focus needed to be on, like I feel like the feminine needed to focus on her career path. The masculine was already doing that, but she needed to focus on her career path and not like the attention from someone, because her focusing on her career path, and it's helping her understand more of who she is and her power and her strength, and then it's changing her mindset about what kind of connection she wants, to where it's matched to that energy of who she's becoming, right? Hi, Natsy. To who she's becoming. So that being her focus then gives her clarity on the type of partnership she wants. So then it's like her perspective change about them. Like, wait, what if they're building themselves up? They're trying to do things right, right? And they're not trying to move quickly with me because they're not ready. I didn't think about it like that. I'm expecting them to be the past people, but I didn't work with the past people because we weren't on the same frequency. We didn't want the same things. But I think we want the same things. We're both hard workers. So that's where the misunderstanding is coming from, because her expectations is for them to show up that way. And if she's not focused on love and she's focused on herself, then she wouldn't be worried about what somebody else is doing with their time. She'll know what she deserves. She deserves someone to be intentional with her and give to her and be sure of her. So if someone's not sure of her, it's not a her issue. It's they're not ready or they don't know what they want. So there was never a reason for her to have expectations of them moving towards her. She should just call in what she wants. So it's like that's what she had to work through. And then it took her back to them, where it's like it's them. So that's how she ended up seeing like they're my person, because they're actually in the right energy. They somehow know that they're supposed to be like at my level for us to work together. And he could have had more than her. It's not about that, but it's like there were other areas that maybe he wasn't good in, right? So, and then for him, it was more so of like, he's so focused on his career path and what he's building for them, that in the process, he is not recognizing that he needs to also be attentive to the person that he has intentions with, right? But them both being sidetracked, like, is what created the confusion. It wasn't intentional. It was just different perspectives, different minds. They're moving towards the same goal. They want the same thing, but they had to learn different lessons to be right for each other, to understand each other, to be ready for the connection. Because in reality, even if they thought they were ready for it, neither of them were ready for it. So it feels like now they're going to be ready. They're going to come together. We got the Fool, we got 10 of Cups. So they're going to come into union. It's almost at a completion. Sorry, y'all. It's almost at a completion, but they had to learn those lessons. It was important for them to learn those lessons. And to not think so negatively when there's misunderstandings. Because I feel like, I think both of them are used to being hurt, and then they have to fix themselves. That it's like they don't really know how to communicate with each other. They'll just be in their head trying to figure it out rather than expressing those emotions. But remember, he's coming in and he's going to express his emotions. He's excited. He's not going to let anything hold him back from bringing this connection together. And he's sure of her. So let's go back to the beginning, how it started real quick. Because we saw all the in-betweens. We saw the ending. They're going to have this new beginning. They're going to have a child together. Right? And for those that are childbearing age, at childbearing ages, y'all could even adopt if y'all want a child. But they are going to have a child together. They're going to start a family. But back to the beginning. What did I want to know? Hold on. Oh, them coming in with emotions. How did they get to that point where they were sure of her and she's sure of them? Death. What else? They both had to... Spruce said they both had to stop lying to themselves. Like, pretending like this was really over when it wasn't. Because neither of them wanted it to be over. And that came from... It's like they both felt cold toward one another. So it's like when she was misunderstanding them and holding back from them, they felt shut out, like she doesn't want me. Maybe she put up a boundary and they thought like, well, she doesn't want me. And they were confused. They were still working towards what they were building, but they were confused. And then she might have thought they didn't want her because of how they were moving. So that's where they were both lying to themselves, like, y'all don't want this to end, even though you're acting like you do, but you don't. And it's coming from your mindset. So change that, because y'all both want each other. And you want this connection to come together, and you want it to lead to marriage. So it's like they both had to learn that they also have to fight for it, right? Somebody got to put their pride aside. Somebody got to be confident. So I feel like it was hard and it was challenging. But they both learned what they needed to. That cycle is over. After that heartbreak, it leads to opportunity. So it's like they both were sad about the connection. But that sadness leading to a new beginning, I don't feel like it's happened yet. It's coming up, but they both intuitively know. It's because even if they haven't physically talked about it, it's an intuitive thing. And I feel like the masculine is going to be the one to reach out. He's coming in as that King of Wands. So at this point, it's on him. He's going to reach out when he's ready. And the feminine is going to say yes, because she'll be ready too, right? So it's like she intuitively knows that he's coming, that he's chosen her and she's chosen him, because they both learned what they needed to on their own and together. Does that make sense? So it's like, it's their time. That's divine timing. Ooh, these storylines lately have been crazy. It's been pulling. It's been pulling, but that was a good one. I'm happy for this couple and for the future couples to be. I said a lot, Elvis. What do you mean don't dip quickly? What do you mean by that? Yeah, Thily, they be doing that. They don't be using their words. Thank you, Mama. My words before unfollowing her. This girl playing in my face. Yeah, it is like a romance that you see in movies. Oh, this is tarot, Elvis. I don't know if you ever watched tarot before, but it's where we read energy, right? But the way that I read is like I read storylines. So I read past, present, and future. And there's two different energies. We have twin flames and we have counterparts. So the twin flame relationships are usually narcissistic. The counterpart relationships are usually avoidant. You meet an avoidant and then they learn to be secure. So it's like, it's about the growth and the journey and why these connections happen, right? So if you watch some of my videos, if you look at the title, you'll see what resonate with you. But sometimes it's difficult to tell which connection you're in because sometimes you're in a twin flame connection, but it doesn't reveal itself until the betrayal, right? And then a lot of people would think that they're dealing with a counterpart, but they have to graduate through that energy. They're dealing with a twin flame, which is narcissistic. It's their shadow self, which helps them do shadow work. And then once they've broken that bond, well, you can't break the bond with the twin flame, but once they've broken past the illusion of the twin flame, then they start to meet counterparts, right? And shadow work is still being done, but it's in a different way. So it's just two different energies, and it's a lot. It's kind of cute. You're welcome, Mama. Yuki said, meaning don't end it fast. I feel like, because you guys have to determine what connection you're in. I don't know if it's counterpart or if it's twin flame, right? But I feel like in either of the connections, you still have to learn about you. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, both outcomes are going to be like, for me, how I learned from my twin flame was my twin flame, how do I explain it? I learned differently with my twin flame than with my counterpart. My twin flame showed me where all my imperfections was, and it was without him trying to. It just happened that way. So I learned love through my twin flame because I had patience for him, and he was very self-sabotaging. The counterparts aren't really self-sabotaging. They pull back. They're avoiding. They are self-sabotaging in a way, but it's not intentional. They're not trying to fight the connection. They're trying to understand why it's happening, and like they're not trying to connect to it until they're ready. So with twin flames, it's like twin flames they're more selfish. You get me? So with my twin flame, it was like I saw my cold behavior. I didn't do it in the same way he did, but it still was the same energy. Like, an example of that was when we would get into fights, he's always quick to run away from the relationship. That's why twin flames is that runner chaser. And for me, at first I used to fight for it a lot because I was patient. I loved him. I didn't really have strong boundaries against him. I had some boundaries, but they weren't strong because I loved him so much. But he took it as, like, I'll always put up with it. You get me? But it got to a point where it's like, when he started doing that, he started self-sabotaging, he would break up with me. So I would let him, right? That's him being cold. It's like he wants me to chase him because that makes him feel reassurance that I care for him, that I love him. So I don't ever advise anybody to chase anybody. You're supposed to be working with that person. He wanted me to chase him. And I didn't realize that until later, like, oh, it's his trauma. But my point is, like, I didn't chase him out of me not chasing him. It's because, like, when I shut down, that's just how I am. Like, I'm cold. Like, I don't care anymore. I could love you to pieces, but it's like everything cuts off for me. So the last time we had that back and forth, it was like he had a dream about me. And he was looking for reassurance again, and I was just getting tired of it because I'm like, I'm fighting against your damn dream. I didn't cheat on you. I didn't do anything. But it's like, you're not believing me. It's like, you're making me feel like like I'm in trouble for something I didn't do. I'm sleeping right next to you. So it's like, I just felt like he was so insecure. And he broke up with me, and I didn't stop it. And he kept asking me questions, but it's like I didn't even want to answer it because it's like, you're not, I don't feel like I could talk. If I don't feel like I can talk to you, I'll shut down, because like, what's the point? You get me? And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because my ex-husband used to tell me that I did that. Like, I was cold. Like, because I'm so sweet, I'm so loving, but I would just shut down and get so, like, you don't exist. But I do get really cold like that. Like, and I never saw it as me getting cold, because to me it's like, well, you're giving me a reason to shut down. And then when I realized later on, like, oh, he was wounded and he needed reassurance. He's never been with someone like me that's secure. He's used to that toxicity. So to him, he feels like I don't care. And it's just like a habit that, it doesn't mean that it's right, but it's a habit that it makes him feel safe if I'm pursuing him. But this time I let him go, it's now like he sees me like the villain, like I'm a liar, I never loved him, and da-da-da-da-da-da. So that was the moment that I realized, like, that I was very cold and I could be very cold. And see, he was like that though. My twin was like that. My twin was the one who was cold, who was shut down. So he told me, he was like, I'm a gangster. And he was like, in the way that you, like, how your energy is, like, it's worse than mine, right? Because I mean what I say. Like, when I told him when we broke up, I was like, and he had said some hurtful things to me when we were trying to be friends. I was like, this is the last time. Like, you did it this time. Like, there's no going back. And I meant that. Like, I told him I don't talk to my exes. I don't be friends with my exes. I'm not that girl. And it's like, he didn't believe me, but now he's in that boat. So it's like, when I turn cold, I cut you off. You don't exist. You would think I never loved you because my emotions switch off. So I become a different person. Like, real talk, the other day I almost killed my cat, and I had to stop myself. Not this one, not Black, her son. because he was really getting on my nerves. He was irritating me, and I was contemplating putting him in a plastic bag, tying it up, and watching him suffocate in it. Like, I get cold like that because my emotions shut off. So I don't try to get to that place. But that's how your twin flames mirror you. It's a shadow energy and a light energy, and you trigger each other into seeing that reflection. So it's like, as cold as my twin was, he saw how cold I was when he looked at me, and the way I responded to him when I would get there. But it's like, the point that I was making is like, we were doing the same thing. So he self-sabotage and he runs away. But I self-sabotage too by shutting down, because I didn't try to work it out. What we both didn't do was fight for the relationship. You get what I'm saying? To me, it was like, well, you're rejecting me. Well, I'm shut. For him, it was like, you're not loving me. I'm shut. But neither of us thought to try to fight for it, right? And that's how it died. Now you're asking, with that advice, I would say, try to understand that person, where they're coming from, and try to see their point of view and compromise. But if they're not willing to compromise, then you have to just let them go, right? Like, because for me, even though I just gave you guys that, like, how our shadow work was happening, I still compromised a lot with my twin. So it's justified that I let him go, because for me, it was a way out. It was like, oh, I'm tired of going back and forth with you. This is just too much weight trying to, like, make sure that you're secure. But some of it wasn't insecurity. A lot of it was, but a lot of it also was his mentality. Like I said, he's a gangster. So we both have different mentalities. He's very smart. He's very aware of himself. But it was too much projections on me. That's where it's like, I had to have those boundaries, because you can't get someone to love you or see you if they can't see you. They don't love themselves. I had more self-love than he did at that point. So he couldn't receive it. And it's like, that's how people end up in situations where it's abusive, because it's like, your love is being taken for granted because someone wants to keep taking, and not giving. You get me? And he gave in his own way, but it still was draining to have to reassure someone like, yo, I'm here for you. I love you. What else do you want from me? I'm not to blame to why you're in the position you're in. I'm not judging you, but you keep projecting on me like I'm doing something. So you're making it hard for me to love you. At that point, you got to choose yourself. Like, that's insecure. You can't do that. Y'all both have to love each other. Love yourself first and love each other. Then you can love each other. If you don't love yourself, you can't love each other. So when you're in counterpart connections, it's not that way. You've already broken from the twin flame connection, so you don't have that same type of attachment. You have more of a protection over yourself. That's why it's easy to feel like, is this person playing games? Oh, they playing games? I'm not even dealing with it. You cut it off quickly. Not because you don't have patience, but it's like, why open up your heart and give emotions to someone who's not giving that to you? That's foolish. You no longer are in the energy of falling in love. You're in the energy of, I'm choosing who I love. This person has to show me. Not because you're making it hard for them and making them jump through hoops, but they got to reciprocate. If they're not reciprocating, then I have to move forward. So it's like, in the counterpart dynamic, you'll have misunderstandings, right? So it's more about misunderstandings than it is about the need for validation. And your counterpart don't really drain you. Your counterpart, you just don't get why they're not trying to connect. It's more so of like, they're not trying to connect. And then because they're avoidant, right? So they're an avoidant energy. But a part of that is because they're intentional. So unless they're sure about something, they're not going to invest in it. And they're not going to open up. They're not going to talk. They're not going to give to the relationship because they probably already experienced a twin flame connection too that was hurtful and betraying. So they have their guard up just like you have your guard up. But you could feel the magnetism. You could feel like we would work well together. But you still have to get to know each other. But through that, you're still learning lessons about yourself. And it reveals the trauma you still have because of the karmic relationships you've been in. So the counterpart connection teaches you that how to have patience, how to look at things from different angles, and actually learn how to trust your intuition, because when you were dealing with the twin flame, you wasn't trusting your intuition when you saw the red flags. That's why y'all kept going back and forth. But now when you're in the counterpart connection, you're more careful, right? You're still open, but you're more careful. So it's about reciprocation. If they're not reciprocating your energy, what spirit is teaching in that dynamic is then don't overgive to them. If someone's not matching your energy and you have a conversation with them about it and they don't want to match it, then you leave them where they're at. Like, you continue dating, getting to know other people. If that person come back to you in a different energy, then you can give them a chance again. But it has to match with your energy. And if something happens where it's like they stop meeting you and you have to put up a boundary, you put up that boundary, because that boundary teaches them how to treat you, and they actually work on it and they come back better each time. You get it? So it's like you have to use your discernment on how much to give in any of those connections, because I don't tell people who their twin flame or their counterparts are. I just read the energy and try to help you guys discern and dissect who's who, because energy changes and it's for you to discern who those people are to you, because you're going through that experience. And a lot of people like to tell people who their person is, and I feel like that's dangerous because you can stagnate someone's growth. I thought my twin flame was my counterpart because he was wearing a mask and he fit the counterpart energy until it fell. And then it was like, damn, you was the betrayer that I was hearing in these readings. That's when those readings started to resonate. You get what I'm saying? So because I know that it can be tricky, it's like sometimes you think it's your timing, but it's not. So I just try to give the information so that you guys could discern who's who, because what Spirit has told me recently, because I've been trying to figure out how to do this, because I could tell the difference when I'm reading the energies, but I know y'all don't know the difference, right? Some of y'all do, but some of y'all don't, because some of y'all still going through it. And what Spirit told me is that I have to read the energy just as it is. I don't have to do a lot of explaining on who's counterpart, who's twin flame. So, because y'all have to learn y'all lessons. But I can talk about twin flames and I can talk about counterparts so that when you've gotten to those points that you need to, you know when it's time to let go and you know who's who. So it's my job to give the information, but it's not my job to really try to dissect and tell the collective like this might be the counterpart, this might be the twin flame. Because even when you're dealing with a twin flame, you can go through a lot of cycles with them. That's counterpart energy. Because that's you. Like, I was in a full-blown relationship with my twin flame for 2 years. You get me? Because they are a counterpart. They start off that way. But once that mask fall off, like those emotions, those feelings are real, but it's an illusion. They're like an illusion counterpart because they don't become that person in real life. You get what I'm saying? Like, when it's time for y'all to be together and do the work, they're not that counterpart. Now it's revealed that they've been wearing a mask. So that's where it's like, It's crazy because it's like, what the fuck? Like the wool was pulled from over my eyes, and that's where the betrayal comes from. And it's like, what? And then there's actual counterparts that are real counterparts. So that's why people say the false twin and the real twin. But I don't think any twin flame is false. I think we have multiple, and I think we have a true twin flame, which is that warlock shadow energy twin. And then you have your divine counterpart. And we also have multiple counterparts, but you have your true divine counterpart. So people, it's the same thing, but they call it different. They're not explaining it in a way that's actually helping people grow, because they're just reading the energy and not explaining the relation between why these connections are happening and what they're teaching you. It's about self-love. So your shadow twin is you. That is the other half of your soul, but it's not the way that it's not really the other half of your soul, but it is the other half of your soul. It's that dual meaning, because it's a contract, right? You have a contract with this person, just like you have a contract with that counterpart. You could break away all them other lower vibrational twin flames, but that shadow twin, teach you a different type of lesson that nobody else can. And you'll never forget that person. You'll never be able to disconnect from that person, because that's your other half. That's you. That's the evil side of you, and that's the good side of you, whatever. However, whoever is who, because there's the shadow twin and the light twin, but they both have a light and dark side. It's just that the empath, when she meets the shadow, she and the betrayal happens, then she taps into her shadow. So then she has to go on the dark night of the soul and get that balance between her light and shadow energy. And it's the same thing with the shadow energy. He has to come to his light. So they both affect each other in that way, and that's how they come into union, not with each other, but with themselves. But they are a part of each other always, because that's what the soul lessons were. People don't teach it like that. They have this romance, this notion that you belong with your twin flame, and that's why people confuse, because a lot of people feel like the one. We choose who we're gonna be with. There's more. Like, and once you break away from that connection, you realize that, like, there's always something better. So you're not confined to one person. It's really a choice. But everybody don't get out of that illusion, right? Because that's where they lack the shadow work. You have to do the shadow work. Once you're focused on you, you'll see everything you need to see. You'll know who's who. You'll know if you need to break away or if you need to stay. But if you're just focused on the love aspect, you might be stuck in something that's not meant to ever come together. Then with the counterpart, you'll meet the counterpart. You'll have that same soul recognition like you did with the twin flame. And that's why you'll expect them to happen quick. And twin flames happen quickly. Counterparts move slow. It's a slow burning love. Twin flames are fast. And it's passionate, and it's a lot of sexual attraction. But once it's like you have that, that's the thing that keeps pulling you in, is like the chemistry, not the fact that this person has the ability to really work with you. Counterparts, it's like you have attraction and you have love, but you don't have real emotions until they've given to you, because you have to master the art of detachment. You shouldn't be attaching emotionally to anyone that's not giving you anything to attach to, right? Like, you can love them, but it doesn't mean that you're stuck. Like, you could still move forward with anybody else. But with counterparts, it's like it's the more practical part of the relationship, where it's like, this is not just about emotions anymore, how you make me feel. This is about you being a partner to me. So if counterparts meet, they can recognize each other, but when they study each other, when they look at each other's lives, that's when they'll really know, like, I can work with you. but then they'll still have those challenges because it's not supposed to go smooth, but it's supposed to awaken parts. Like, I'm already a go-getter, but it's like I like the simple things in life. And when I met my counterpart, it's like he was like more out there, I guess, like experiencing life, and that inspired me. Like, oh, I want to be able to do those things and da da da. So it inspired the go-getter in me 10 times more, right? So then my pursuits changed from, like, it's already in me, but as you go on your journey, you get more inspiration. So my pursuit went from, oh, I just want stability to I want to be able to do anything that I want to do. I want to experience this and I want to experience that and I want to experience that. So in a lot of ways, I've become just like my counterpart, right? Because my experiences changed. So what I was attracted to in my twin flame, I'm no longer attracted to that because of that's I was attracted to him based off of the person that I was when I met him. It was emotion based. It wasn't lifestyle based. So I had to learn through that connection, love isn't enough, because people can talk that talk all they want to, but action speaks louder than words. Dealing with the counterpart, it's like somebody that's living a certain lifestyle that you're trying to elevate to, and they're taking action into that. That's the inspiration. That's where you could see a partnership with that person, because they're more action based. Now, when it comes to your communication, that matters, right? Me and my counterpart, we didn't have great communication. But again, it's because of different perspectives. It wasn't intentional. Like, I've never seen him as playing with me or betraying me. If anything, I saw him as confusing, right? Like I don't know what you really want, but neither of us would talk about that. So it's like the lessons I had to learn in that, it's like, even if someone isn't talking, I still have to ask questions if I'm confused. So you get what I'm saying? It's like you can't just assume the worst about a person, but it was reflected back to me. So it's like I would do petty stuff. Like, I would block him and then be gone for months, then unblock him and then tell him I blocked him. And then it's like he was confused why I did that, right? And then when I told him, then he apologized. He didn't have an awareness that the way he was behaving was affecting me. And then I think it was miscommunication again. We separated for a year, but we both have that same energy. It's like he walked away and I walked away. He might have thought I wasn't interested, and I was waiting for him to step up. You get me? But it's like my boundary could have intimidated him, because it was like, well, I don't know what she really want. Because she blocked me for 3 months. I didn't know that. That's why she disappeared. You get me? So it just creates confusion, but it's not this game. It's not a game thing. It's not someone messing with your mind or just projecting on you. If anything, it's a lot of silence, but not maliciously. So that's why it can be confusing, because it's like the counterparts and the twin flames do that, but they do it differently. You know the saying, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's like that, because it's like, if we say certain words a certain way, it's going to come off one way. But if we say it a certain way, it could come off another way. We could say the same thing, but the way our tone of voice say it, you get me? So it's a lot. It's a lot. I feel like in time, you guys are going to understand which one is which. Because a lot of people in the collective are just now awakening. And for me, I believe, like, if you have been gifted a shadow twin, it's a hurtful connection, but it is a gift. You will learn a lot about yourself, and you're going to become so much stronger. And then it's like, it's gonna open up your eyes more, because it's like I don't know, you're just gonna see into yourself, because you see God in your twin flame too. Like, you see God, and you gotta remember that we are all God. God is everything, so God is darkness and light. But whew, that's a lot. 9 months. Yeah, Barbie, you can love him but still not be with him. Yep. Our beliefs are drastically different from what I know. That's how it was with me and my twin too. I thought it was the same. But it's like that with counterparts too. It'll be different. I have a question. What if this person, if you want to talk twin flame, was really freaking toxic, like every kind of abuse have to deal with, let's say? Yeah, twin flames are toxic. Your twin flame is a narcissist. They are a narcissist. We start off believing they're a counterpart until you see that toxicity come out. So it's like if you haven't spent enough time with your twin flame, you wouldn't know that that's there. I'm talking about, like, because twin flames, it's like they're good at wearing the illusion. So if you have an emotional connection because you're at a distance, you're not going to see them quickly. If you have an emotional connection where you don't see each other but you don't see each other often, and you don't require them to really do a lot of work, like that, you'll start seeing their true self when they have to put into action what they're talking about. So they'll make things sound good, they'll make you feel good, they'll seem like an energetic match for you, but then when they have to do the things that they're talking about, that's when you'll see it's like they were just mimicking your energy. Yep, your self-respect is important. But yeah, you guys are going to be able to discern. And if you guys are confused on what Spirit need to tell you, you guys can always book a personal as well. The link is in the bio, the description. But anyways, I'm going to get up off of here, y'all, because I'm tired. Yuki said she. I'm tired. I'm going to take my butt to bed, and I will see you guys. Tomorrow is Saturday. You guys are going to have some videos on the homepage. So I'll see you guys Monday. Monday I'll be back. What do I need to answer? What do I need to answer, Yuki? I thought I answered. What do I need to answer? You can be kind. King of Wands. Emperor is there. King of Swords. King of Wands and King of Swords. Yeah. Yes. So you could be a King of Wands Emperor, yep. Or you could be a King of Swords Emperor. Or you could be a King of Wands and King of Swords, yep. Yep. King of Pentacles, all of that. So it's like I'm a Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, Empress, High Priestess, right? I mean, when you're an Empress or an Emperor, you're all of them. You're all of them. So it's like, it's just what energy is in the forefront. I'm a water sign, but my forefront energy is the Queen of Wands because I'm very creative. So I'm going to always express myself creatively in anything I do, whether I'm speaking. Like, see, my form of reading is storytelling. Then I have my light and shadow series that I'm creating, which is where I'm acting. But it's all spirituality. So you could see the Queen of Swords is where I speak because I'm direct, I'm truthful, I'm honest, I don't sugarcoat. I'm not trying to help y'all be delusional. Like, I try to explain as best as I could. I'm honest. But on the forefront, what people are going to see most, they're going to see the fire energy, the creativity, the ambition, the drive. But at different times, the other aspects will come out. So it's like, that's the balance. But the energy you operate in the most is going to be on the forefront. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can be the Queen of Swords and also be the King of Wands. So you could be a Queen of Swords, King of Wands. Or you could be a King of Swords, King of Wands. However it resonate with you. And then it's like when I'm doing the readings, it's different energies that you're switching into at different times. So sometimes the King of Wands is representing the confidence, the leadership, the passion. You get me? That's what the fire element is. So it's like you tapping into that part of yourself. So it's all of it is connected. Like when I started my journey, I was a Queen of Cups, full-blown Queen of Cups. I wasn't a Queen of Swords yet. I wasn't a Queen of Wands yet, or a Queen of Pentacles. Now I'm becoming the Queen of Pentacles. So, and I've been on my journey 4 years. I've been healing for 4 years. So it takes time. But I learned that as I was going on the journey, because I know when I tapped into different energies, my Mercury is in Aries. So I think it was the second year into my awakening was when I tapped into what energy? I started tapping into the Queen of Wands energy. Like I was becoming more confident. And then I think it was the third year that I became more of the Queen of Swords energy, because that's when I was focused on my voice, like how I said things. Yeah, it's like how I was articulating things and discovering myself, being honest with myself, and like who I was as a reader, because that was important to me, you know, so that I could really use that energy wisely. Because I don't know, for me, it's a big responsibility. Like, I'm not just on here reading tarot energy for fun. Like, I really am trying to help people heal. You get me? Like, I don't even feel like I'm spying on energies. Like, so tarot is not really fun for me. Tarot is serious. You get me? So it's like I had to learn how to really be honest with myself about it. Like why am I doing it? And then I have to learn how to speak, because it's like I don't want to confuse anybody or stir anybody in the wrong direction. So I learned how to be very careful with my words, even when I do personals, like my disclaimers, all of that. And then this year I'm more focused on the business aspect of it, because I also had to learn my boundaries. Like, I overgive, but this is work. My energy gets depleted and I have to recharge, and I'm not always reciprocated what I'm giving. So it's like the business aspect of it, it helps with that. And you know, it's like I'm doing it to help you guys too. So then I could do it more if I'm if I'm doing it full time. And that's the Queen of Wands energy. Like the boundaries, the spiritual boundaries. And then it all comes together. Y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. And because you are air, sometimes that's also the indicator. So you could read the energy different ways. So it's like if you come out as air, that could be just a telltale sign that that's you. You get me? But people don't always have to be that sign. So someone could be an air energy but be a fire sign. They'll resonate with the air coming out too. Yeah, starting at a Queen of Cups definitely was emotional. Y'all see, I still be breaking down sometimes. I don't cry as much as I used to, but I still be crying when the energies get really heavy because I'm still a Queen of Cups. She's just back there. I just be trying to have her back there. But anyways, I love you guys. I'm pretty tired, so I'm going to go to bed. And I will see you guys on Monday. You guys have a great weekend. Say bye, Black. Say bye to the people. Ooh, she's so rude. She's trying to leave. Say bye, Black. Why you never want to look at them? Hmm? She rude. She rude. She really don't want to look at y'all. Move. You want to lick my cup. She is so territorial, though, over me. That girl crazy. Looking anywhere else, yes. All right, y'all, for real. Good night. I love you guys. Thank you, guys. And if it resonated with you guys, give me a big fat thumbs up. And I will see y'all Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.